Hi there everyone. We're just at the end of a Palawan trip. We've been away for 2 weeks and we're going to be taking a bus in about the next 20 minutes back to La Union. And I've done interviews with our kids. So far, Renzo's done his, Ryan's done his, but there's one person missing, Rianne. So we're going to be finding out what Rianne thought about this Palawan trip. So Rianne, what was your overall experience in beautiful Palawan?
Well, my overall experience was amazing. I was reminded of how beautiful God's creation was, and every time I go in the water or near a scenery, I get reminded of how perfect God's creation is.
So can you give us a quick summary and recap of what we did in Palawan over the last 2 weeks?
Well, we actually did quite a lot of things. We went to all four famous parts of Palawan. First, we went to Puerto Princesa and we did the underground river tour and also the Honda Bay tour. And then after that, we went to El Nido. We did a lot of tours there too to see the beautiful places there. And then we went to Port Barton where we saw all the cool coral reefs, and we even saw a turtle there, which I loved. And then after that, our last stop was Coron. We also went there to see the limestone, and then we stayed in a unique place called Pauline's Houseboat. And it was very fun and it was a unique experience, and we did Coron for our last stop so that we can go directly to the airport and fly back to Clark. And then after that, we went to Tarlac and we spent one night there to do the go-karts. And then after that, we went to Urdaneta to visit Renzo's favorite place, the Madays, where you can do RC cars. And then now we're heading back to La Union,
home sweet home. In about 3 hours from now, we'll be home. So in terms of the highlights, so if you were to pick three main highlights, what are your top three things you did, saw, experienced over the last few weeks?
Okay, my top three experiences. Firstly, I liked the underground tour because it was like very unique, and it's quite hard to find some things like that. And I enjoyed the peace and quiet during that time. And then after that, I like the place we went to in Port Barton because turtles are one of my favorite animals, and I saw them there even though I didn't expect to, and we didn't really have to look for them. And then after that, I like Pauline's houseboats because it was very unique and the scenery was amazing.
Those are some great highlights. For me, I would say Underground River is definitely one of the most amazing things I've seen in my life. El Nido, the limestone cliffs, incredible, and just the scenery, when you go there, you're just kind of blown away by how beautiful it is. Like Rianne said, the beauty of God's creation, sitting and standing and towering right up in front of you. And then the highlight of the grand finale was the Pauline houseboats. That was one of the best places I've stayed in my life, and we have separate videos for all those experiences. So one of the amazing things about travel is eating and drinking, of course. So what would you say were your top culinary or the cuisine or the best things you ate on a trip?
The best things I ate on the trip? Well, I would definitely say like the local food there. Like whenever we went on tours, we would eat seafood, which I really love personally. And then a unique thing we tried was the worm thingy.
Tamilok?
Yeah, the tamilok. It was very fun to try, even though I wasn't a big fan of it. But overall, it wasn't too bad, and it tasted like oyster with a stronger taste.
Yeah, I like the Tamilok experience. I mean, I wouldn't eat that every day, but it was just kind of something unique. And the ceviche is also famous from that area. And we had like so much other cool stuff, like on the houseboat, we had those amazing pastas, and Port Barton with the amazing, delicious German food, or the buffets at the Astoria, incredible buffet. And then the bilaos, or like the lunches and the tours, those are incredible as well. So if you were to give some advice to travelers, to families, to kids, any tips or advice for people visiting Palawan for the first time?
Well, for me, since we're like kids or teenagers, I definitely recommend traveling with your family, and I recommend trying everything out, even if you're scared, because you shouldn't let that like stop you from doing what you love. And then I also encourage you to not get hindered by like motion sickness, because I had it and I wasn't feeling that well. But then I chose to still swim and see the beautiful things there is in Palawan.
Yeah, there's so much to see and do. Make sure you plan in advance. One of the things I gave them a task was to research before, because a lot of our previous trips they would just come along and I would say, okay, this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing. But this time I empowered them, so they were given a chance to research, to look on YouTube or ChatGPT, to talk to some of their friends, and that really helped, didn't it?
Yeah, it really helped.
Yeah, so they're gonna do that from now on. So maybe if you're a parent and if you have kids, maybe get your kids involved with the planning and even the budgeting. I was telling them about how things cost and all that. So it gives them something active to do, not just passively enjoying it, but proactively being a part of the experience. So any final words for the audience?
That's it. Enjoy your travels, and I definitely recommend going to Palawan or anywhere in the Philippines.
Yeah, Palawan, definitely big thumbs up. Thank you. Subscribe, comment.
And share.